still shooting in different areas, and there's still families inside this building right below my feet. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. What country is this? It's like, call again. I'm like, what's your name? Sergeant Peterson or something. I go, okay. I'm not going to use Peterson. It's that guy. That's crazy. You know what I'm talking about? The guy with 4 dead wives? Another story. Anyway, Sergeant Johnson. So I said, Sergeant Johnson, listen, we have a situation. 2 officers, 2 police cars got chased away. We need state police to come assist. They go, yes, we can't do that. We don't answer calls on the top streets of Detroit. I said, does that make sense? I've seen you hit on girls over here. I've seen you write tickets. So you can hit on girls and you can write tickets, but you can't come help people. Even other police officers in Detroit on the top streets. So then he hung up. So I called back. And I was like, hey, I said we need help. They're like, sir, don't call back here again. You understand? Click. So I called back again. And this time it was busy. And I had other people call from their cell phones. It was all busy. He took the 911 system offline.
Wow.
Well, there's no revenue or federal grants in stopping shootouts.
Right.
Only confiscating drugs and speeding tickets.
And what also could have happened is what? They could be killed. They could be killed.
Not even a PBA can force you to go into they can't force you to go into a firefight.
Yeah, well, you did hear about the lawsuit that was I guess a lawyer or law firm decided to go against American law enforcement in general. The Supreme Court ruled that you're not required to put your life at risk.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And what they decided was 100. There was 100 cases where the police were there, like the one with the jogger, where the police officer is standing there and she's being raped in the middle of all the boys, and they don't do anything. But there's a bunch of those situations where they don't take any action, and so they thought we should be able to be prosecuted or compensated or sue the departments for not taking proper action. No, because there can't be a job that requires you to put your life at risk. Period.
What about the military?
That's not a job. That's a career. Apparently. Apparently that's not a job.
That's ownership.
Right. That's ownership, right? It's property. You don't actually exist.
You are Navy property when you're in the Navy.
Right.
If you get a sunburn, you get a charge for damaging government property.
That's
In
right.
the Army, I remember there was a girl in my unit that got in trouble for getting a sunburn.
Yeah. I got into a sparring match with someone, and I almost got in serious trouble. Serious, like it was serious. Like he wanted to spar me, I didn't want to spar him. I sparred him back. He did not do as well as he thought he would. And the truth is, I thought he was going to win, and I was just trying to get by, and he wasn't as good as I thought he was either. And by the next day, apparently he decided he couldn't walk, and they were now going to charge me with damaging government property in a major way. So I had to go have an awe-inspiring conversation with him, and he decided to wake up and get back to work. But if he had not gotten out of that bunk, my life would be a lot different. From sparring, a guy just wanted to spar. He's like this ranked guy in Texas. Sir.
Do you ever worry about, do you think that the police see you as competition?
They used to. They used to. Now we're really positive. I can't even tell you. I don't know what happened, but it's really good. They're like,
maybe it's because you do the stuff they don't want to do.
No, I think what happened was I got older. For one thing, I got older. So, when I was younger, we had a problem, and they would show up to the scene, and it's all about, I don't know, this ego and who are you? And I'm like, there's bleeding people here. Can we just worry about that? They were more into girls, and it's, I swear it was so low. It's so low class. It was not anything like television. It was more about ego and pride and flashiness or something. I don't know what that was, but then I got older, and now they're a lot calmer. And you know what else happened? This is what happened. I hired a lot of them, and they heard about it. And there's something else I did for them. We let them in all the nightclubs for free. So the clients say, I don't care who they are. I don't care if they are cops. I care if they're cops, and I'll get them in here for free. We let them in for free. So it's not the helping of the community. The police were like, you guys are great for the community. There's certain cops who are like that, and those good cops have always defended us. Let me be clear about that. Those officers that joined the police department that were really serious about family and community, those officers have always stuck their neck out for us. And they're all spread out, and they also defended us. So whenever any idiots would try to do something, and there were lots of little idiot pockets of officers, when they would try to attack us, these good officers would step up and block them. Then I got connected with certain officers that were in key positions because they respected our training. Also, we beat up the bad guys, the violent gang members. They saw us dominate them in open fighting. Like, remember, there's like 5 to 1, 10 to 1, and we would dominate them. the gang members who came to attack. These are not drunk college kids who are partying. These are men that left the home to attack people. And at first I used to think it was like a television show, like, you know, people just randomly doing things. Always remember the money. What I found out is that nightclubs, especially in cities, are the way in which money is moving through different types of illegal activities. And when you, legal and illegal, but when people are making money, that means someone else is losing money. So they would send out a gang to attack a facility, shuts that club down, and all of those kids then go over here. Now what kind of money we're talking about? We're talking about 25 to 50,000 a night, per night. So we're talking about quite a bit of money that people can make, you know, by having an event 7 days a week. The guys that we worked for were from Pakistan, the biggest club. We ran all the clubs from, say, from Canada to Ohio, all the violent ones. We made them unviolent. But this particular one was downtown next to the Renaissance Center, and it was just known as extreme violence. And the guys from Pakistan, they showed us their castles. They built these palaces back in Palestine. I mean, excuse me, back in Pakistan, right? They built these palaces, and they were amazing. They were literally complexes with servants and everything else, all built from Detroit inner city kids going to these nightclubs. So yeah, real money. But I found out later that we were not battling indigenous gangs that were sponsored by some kind of internal drive. They were sponsored by money. People that are making money and losing money are sending gangs in to attack these different venues. And so we were the ones that kind of leveled the playing field so they could not do that. So it's a form of organized crime. And so the upside to all that was that the police officers that were there so that was like in the 90s, so those guys were what? Patrol officers, right? So then time went on, they became sergeants, lieutenants, they used to work for me. Now they're in charge. So now when I go to these meetings, a lot of times the commanders are guys that were the patrol officers back in the old days. They remember us fighting. They remember us fighting when they weren't. And we got a really positive response from the officers that were good people that saw those things. And the negative ones are kind of, you know, they're not really effective anyway. The ones that are truly negative, they're just part of the clique. And so we just have a really good response from the people that are up here now. But it was through, you know, lots of negative things from back. Yes.
Yeah.